Hi everyone, welcome to RonsTechHub, and in this video we're going to be looking at how to install and uninstall programs from the internet. Okay, so the first program we're going to install is called VLC Media Player. I find that this is much better than Windows Media Player at playing back footage or playing music, so I prefer this one. We're going to use two methods to do this. I'm first going to use a Windows Store, so that's Windows version of, let's say, iTunes, and we're also going to just download it from the website directly and install it. One of the reasons you might want to use the Windows Store over the normal internet version is that the apps in the Windows Store are much better curated, meaning you're less likely to get viruses from them. However, I found that the apps on the Windows Store don't tend to work as well. For example, VLC Media Player for me, it seems to be very buggy when I download it from the Windows Store. The reason you might want to download from the internet directly is that you get updates directly from the website of the company who created it. A reason you might not want to download from them directly is that sometimes you can get stuff creeping into your PC, but this is still the method I recommend. Just make sure you have some form of antivirus. So, to install it from the Windows Store, we need to go to our Start menu. If you're not sure what the Start menu is or how to use it, please refer to the very first video in the series. That's called the Start menu. So we're going to open the Start menu, and I'm going to type Store. And this is going to come up with the first option, the Microsoft Store. I'm going to click on that to open it, and this is what it looks like. And again, the name of the program I want to install is called VLC Media Player. So I simply go to the search bar over here, and I type the characters V, L, and C. I press enter, and I get a full list of programs, or apps in this case, which have the word VLC written in them. I know that it's going to be this one. You can feel free to check through these to see if it's what you want. So click on that one, and I'm going to select Get. When I select Get, this is simply going to start downloading the program, and it will appear on my PC when it's finished. Okay, you own this app. Now I will click Install here. Sometimes that happens, and sometimes it goes straight to downloading the app. Okay, just give this a couple minutes. Now that that's finished, I can launch the app directly from the Windows Store, but instead of doing that, I'm going to close it, and I'm going to check that it's in my Start menu, as this is where most people go to find the programs installed on their PC. So if I move my mouse all the way down here, click on the Start button, as you can see, I have VLC right here. I can click on that to open it, and it opens fine. No issues there. The next way of downloading VLC Media Player is to download it directly from the website of the company who created it. So to do this, I'm going to open my web browser. Now the web browser that everyone gets with Windows 10 is called Microsoft Edge. To open this, I'm going to go to my Start menu again, and this time I'm going to type EDGE for the word Edge. I'm going to click on that, and when this comes up, I'm simply going to type in at the very top, download VLC. Right, I'm going to click enter here, and this is going to search the internet for VLC Player. I simply need to go to the first link, and from there there's a big button here that says download VLC. Now you might want to click on the side here to check for the version of Windows you have. Most people at this stage in 2020 will have 64-bit version of Windows. So I'll click on that, and it will start downloading. I'm going to leave this to run so you guys can see the full steps. When this pops up, it's going to ask you essentially if you want to run the file, if you want to save it, or if you want to cancel it. Now, I tend to save my file, so if something happens, I can always go back and reinstall it. But nothing's wrong with running it, especially if your internet's really good. It will simply run the file, and you don't have to save a copy of that. So I will click save. You can click on run, or you can click on save. Save does have an extra step, so even after you've saved the file, you still need to run it. So from here, I'll click on run. it's going to come up with this. This is just to verify that you're trying to install something. I'm going to click on yes. I'm going to choose my language as English. Click OK. This is just all setup instructions. I'm just going to click next. Again, I'm going to click next. This is a user license agreement. You should read this, but to be fair, I don't normally read it because this is free software. I'll be using it at home to not make any money whatsoever. So I'm going to click next. This is all the plugins that come with it. For most people, I'll say leave everything exactly the way it is. Don't mess with anything. But for myself, I know I don't have Mozilla installed on my PC. So I'm going to untick that option. But for you guys, leave everything exactly as it is. Simply click next. This is going to be the location where it's installed. Now, I don't like the name being this weird thing. So I'm just going to put here the VLC player, and it's going to install it in that location for me. Feel free to do exactly the same thing. You don't have to. You can click on install straight away. But this makes it very easy for me to find stuff when I'm looking for it. I'm going to click install. I'm going to give that a minute or so. I will try and speed up this part of the video. If not, apologies. It didn't take that long anyway. So now I have this VLC installed on my PC, and I will click finish. And because this box here is ticked, it says run VLC Media Player. I'm going to click on finish. I'm going to allow all of this, that's fine. And this is VLC Player here now installed on my PC. Now I'm going to close this and open it from the start menu, just because we now know that that's where everything gets installed, or a shortcut is placed there, so we can also open from there. I'm going to go to my start menu here, and as you can see, I have all this stuff here. I only need to click on VLC Media Player. I'm going to click on that, and that same program reopens. Now we're going to look at uninstalling the programs, some programs that we have. If I go back to my start menu and I look at the very top here, this shows me the recently added programs. And from this video, I've installed VLC and VLC Media Player. Now this is the one from the Microsoft Store, and this is the one directly from the website. I find that the one from the website, which is this one here, works a lot better than the one from the Microsoft Store. However, I'm going to show you how to uninstall both of them. So just in case you want to uninstall something in the future, you'll know how to do that. So let's go with the one from the store first. I'm going to right click on that file. So again, let me close that and do that one more time. Go to start. I'll find the program I want. So let me actually type VLC. And this is the one I want, the one from the store. I'm going to right click on that. And from the drop down list, I'm going to select uninstall. Now, this should work really well from here because this is from the Microsoft Store. If you do this for programs that were not installed from the Microsoft Store, it won't give the option to just uninstall from here. You have to do a second step, but I will show that one as well. I'm now going to show you guys how to uninstall stuff the other way. So when you install stuff from the internet, so from your web browser directly, this is normally the method that you would use. So again, let's go to our start menu. Let's go to our recently added apps at the top, and we can see VLC Media Player there. But if what you're trying to install is not at the top there, you can always just search for it. So I'm going to do VLC, and this one is going to show up. Again, I'm going to right click on that one, and I'm going to go to uninstall. When I click on uninstall, it takes me to this page here. Now this is the location where all the apps that you've downloaded from the internet and some from the store will show up. So all you have to do is scroll through the list, look for what you want to uninstall, and uninstall it. So in this case, I want to uninstall VLC Media Player. I'm going to click on that once with the normal left click, and at the very top here we can see uninstall stroke change. If I click on that, it's going to ask me if I'm sure I want to uninstall, and I should verify the uninstallation process. I'm going to click yes, and just like before, it's going to walk me through the steps of uninstalling. I click next, I'll click delete preferences and cache. just so that nothing from this program is stored on my PC. And if I click uninstall, it's going to go through and uninstall everything. I'm going to click finish here, and that's it. I'm done. When I go back to the start menu and I look for VLC, it won't be there because I've fully uninstalled it. So I can't open that program from my PC anymore. Okay, so just to show the installation step again, I'm going to install a different piece of software which I use all the time. So I'm going to go to my browser, and this time I'm not going to use the Microsoft Edge browser. I've downloaded and installed Google Chrome. So I'll click on the Google Chrome icon here, and I'm going to search for TeamViewer download. Press enter, and it's going to take me to this page here. Click on that, and I'm going to download TeamViewer here. I'll show the full steps so everyone can see how it's done. TeamViewer is a program which allows me to remote into other people's computers. So people are always contacting me, asking me, yo, I need help. I need to know how to do this thing. I need to know how to convert a Word document to a PDF. I need to, I don't know, install updates or something. And rather than me sitting there and telling them, okay, go to this and go to that, I can say, open TeamViewer, give me your password, let me sort it out. It works perfectly fine, and it's completely free. So I've downloaded it, and in Chrome it pops up here at the bottom left hand corner of the screen. I'm going to simply click on that, and it's then going to run the program. I'm going to go default installation, and for me it's going to be for personal non-commercial use. I'm going to click accept and finish, and that's going to ask me, just like it did before, if I want to install this, where I want to install it. I normally just go through and click next and finish, because really and truly I'm not planning to use this software in a business setting. It's just for my own personal use. And that's now finished. I will click on here, and this is my user ID and my password. Now this password changes every single time, so even though you guys might be able to see what my user ID is and what my password is, it doesn't really matter, because as soon as I close this program and reopen it, this changes, which makes it very secure. So I'm going to show you that now. Close it, and then I'm going to go to the start menu, and again it's going to be at the very top, so I can click on it from here, but let me search for it using the start menu. So TEAM, TeamViewer. I'm going to click on that one there. It's going to come up, and as you can see, again, the password changes every time. I can keep resetting this password, and I don't know what algorithm they've used to generate this password, so you guys can see the password and keep guessing forever. It will never work. So I'm now going to go through and remove the Dell Update software from my PC. I don't really need the software, as I normally install my drivers manually. So to do that, again, start menu. I'm going to look for Dell Update. It's already here, but let's still search for it. Just type the word Dell. It comes up here. I'm going to right click on that. I'm going to choose uninstall from the drop down list. When this pops up, I'm going to look for it in the list of programs I have, and I found it here, Dell Update. I'm going to move my mouse up to the top where it says uninstall. When I click on that, the typical, are you sure you want to uninstall it? Click next. That stuff's going to come up. Make sure you do that, or it just won't work. Thank you guys for watching. If you found this video helpful, please do like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Thank you. Bye bye.